That's probably the other red one too. Well, I just don't want to. I actually don't want to go. See that and get extra. This one here, because Bo had 2 spots reserved.
Thank you.
Another guy. Friday morning or something, I saw Bo had 2 spots. Shit. Who the hell's Bo?
All right, welcome to the 2016 Bernicks Pepsi Classic in Cold Spring, Minnesota. We got our 2 finalists here. We got number, what was it here? Good shot from Ben Goede. Ben Goede is our number 4 seed, going up against Butch Schneider. Hopefully I said that right. The number 3 seed. Butch elected Ben to start in lane 7, which means Butch will finish on 7. Looks like Butch is throwing an old hammer blade. Can't remember last time I seen one of those. And just a 4-pin. And goes convert to spare, hard and straight, easy spare. Alright, well today we had 6 games of qualifying. We hit the max amount of entries, which is 40. Because we had 10 lane house, 4 on a lane, 8 on a pair. Today we use Kegel Steve Cross Stone Street Modified. And basically it's a 41-foot pattern, 1-to-4 ratio. As Butch gets up there, rings at 10. It's also got 26 milliliters of oil, which actually held up quite well today, if I do say so myself. And if we take a look at the field here, we had a pretty good field. We took 12 in the match play. The cut was 30 over to make match play. So the lefty Bruce Sold was our number 12 qualifier, followed up by Brian Fohm, Justin Schiffler, Bill Farver, Jeremy Jacobson, Henry Trutwin, Bob Miller, Scott Endersby, Benjamin Goede, Butch Schneider, Todd Telepke, and Brady Stearns was our number 1 qualifier. And Ben will take early 1-pin lead here. Make that 11 with a strike. Ben Goede currently throwing a Storm pin-up IQ Tour. It's a little light, leaving just the 5-pin. Pretty fortunate. Now let's take a look at our match play today. We had Bruce Solt taking on Scott Endersby. Yes, we had, for our first matchups here, we had Bruce Solt takes on Scott Endersby. Scott Endersby advances 238 to 190. Brian Fohm was up against Bob Miller, and Brian Fohm takes Bob down 201 to 189 as Ben converts to 5. We go down to the bottom half of the bracket. Justin Schiffler taking on Henry Trutwin. It was 220 to 213. Henry moves on that one. And then it was Bill Farber and Jeremy Jacobson. Jeremy Jacobson goes 201 to 178, moves on. Then Jeremy gets to meet Henry in the semis. Henry goes 208 to 164, the advance. Brian Fohm took on Scott Endersby, took him down 224 to 185. Ben Goede gets up, 3rd frame. And then we go ahead and take a look at our 2 finalists right now. And we had our number 3 seed, Butch Schneider, taking on Brian Fohm. Goes ahead and takes him down 200 to 165. Butch up here on the right lane. Benjamin Goede also took down Henry Trutwin. 269 to 188. Was even a match. I suck, guys. There's a strike from Butch. And then in the following match, Butch goes 222 against our number 2 seed Top Talipki, 180 to his 186. And that's how Butch got here. Take a look at Benjamin Goede. Goes, I believe he went 212. Oh, sorry, 214, and Brady turns 202 to get to the title match. Butch down by 1, looking to string in our strike here up high, just leaving the 3-pin. Take a better box. And if you guys wonder, our next event, February 14th, in Albany, Minnesota. As Butch cleans that up, still a very close match. And looks like Ryan Schleicher will join me.
Absolutely, Henry. I just wanted to come over and share a few words about the sweeper today. Got to thank Bernicks, thank Dave Worsfield, and the entire staff of Cold Spring Lanes. Had a fantastic turnout today, and couldn't be happier with the way the tournament's ran.
I would have to agree. The pattern held up well. Didn't minimum maintenance breaks or anything like that. Ben gets up, right lane, buries it.
With the lane pattern that we had today, I feel like it was equal across the board throughout the 6 games. Despite the fact that the right side transitioned quite heavily around game 4, and many individuals had to move left that were on that side, the left side was equally as tight throughout the day. And kudos to Bruce Solt, who did just enough to get into our 12th place qualifying spot and be the only lefty who made the cut today. And congratulations to the other right-handers that definitely shot high games in Game 6.
Yes, I had 135 in Game 6, by the way, or Game 5.
I'm just a simple man.
Yes, you are, Ryan. Yes, you are. Ben gets up, working on a double, and flat 10. We take a look at right now. Ben's got a 10-pin lead currently.
Hey, at the conclusion of this, can you just step in front of the camera? Cheers.
Oh, and by the way, Ryan did not win the tournament, but I did show off. Ryan.
Ben gets up, 5th frame. Looking to pick up a 10-pin. Hard and straight. No problem. And you know, Butch up here, 5th frame, looking to cut in a little bit of lead here. Throws it, gets the 4 to fall late. Nice strike there. And you know, I bowled today. I was second after 4 or after 5. I had games of 251, 177, 234, 245, 135, and 217. And I tell you, if you're not on top of it, you're going to be in trouble. And that's what happened. I lost focus on 7 to 8, which is game 5 for 135. And gets up. Oh, slaps it out. I'm going to throw a double up on Ben. May apply some pressure. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, I'm missing that shit. Just with ice. So cold. What's my eye watering?
10 minutes. Hey, sir.
There he goes. And Ryan, I don't know what he was doing there, but he came back finally. And Ryan, I was just explaining to him that our next event happens to be on February 14th in Albany, Minnesota, or ABC. And this was probably one of the most unique venues we go to every year. I mean, it is, what, 12 lanes?
I tell you what, Henry, Albany is more or less a time capsule. It's like you walk into 1981 when you step into that bowling center. They keep score by hands, wood approaches, wood lanes, older oiler. It's just things that you don't see in today's modern bowling game.
I'm surprised they don't have a sprayer. Oh, they probably do, actually. Ben gets up, 7th frame, flat 10. Yes, and not only that, they have the old wood lane surface as well, so the right sides are pretty beat, so are the left sides, but that just creates a really unique reaction in whatever pattern they put down. And I know some of you guys may be watching Experience last year. We had a technical difficulty with an oiling of lane, I believe, 10 last year. It was a small mishap. It won't happen again. As I believe they forgot to oil it, or they just didn't strip it. Something was wrong. But a lot of people were upset, and that's understandable. But you just gotta know, you just gotta live and forget. It won't happen again.
Yeah, well, they've been a good tour stop for us for the entire time in which I've ran the Brunswick Sweeper Tour of Central Minnesota, and it would be unfair to the Albany Bowling Center. It would be unfair to Steve, who's a great individual, that because one particular year they ran into a bind and made a mishap, that we don't give them an opportunity to correct that issue. I think that the bowlers of Central Minnesota have high character, and that they will understand that mistakes do happen, and we look forward to going back there and having a wonderful event.
Well said, and also Butch there with a difficult 258 conversion. I would not want to shoot that. Also, I love getting in the 7th arrow in Albany. Just throw that in there. But also another unique characteristics of Albany is, Butch gets the flat that kicks it out. And another
the late trip 10.
That's right, but Albany will actually play their jukebox during bowling, which is not allowed at any other venue but Albany.
It's a unique experience, and we allow the bowling center themselves to kind of dictate the environment in which we'll have. And people know going into that particular venue that it's just an opportunity for a bunch of folks to get together and see one another, enjoy their opportunity to spend time together, and whether or not that involves having some music while we're qualifying, so be it.
And if you don't hear Billy Joel, Piano Man, at least 3 times, you're not enjoying yourself. That is for sure. They have that jukebox on repeat, and they flat. Oh, Ben's gonna have some issues here. He's got a really heavy roll, and I don't see anyone else roll like Ben Goede. And so once he has to get so deep in the lane, his ball actually tends to maybe roll out or just burn up too much energy, and it's really hard for him to create angle doing that. And you know Goede for a long time.
I think that Benjamin is a strong enough player in which he's soft enough on the bottom of the swing that despite how deep he is, he'll be able to create the opportunities and make the shots that he needs when he needs them. I'm excited to see how these 9th and 10th frames work out.
Oh no!
We're going to have a very interesting championship final.
Well, it was a 2-pin match up until that whiff. That goes in, I believe, into depends on what Ben Goede does right here. But yes, Ben Goede also bowled on this pair, destroying me 268 to 180. So Gode's got the skill. He just needs a little help. And Goede steps up. foundation frame, 9th frame. Crucial shot right here for him. Needs a strike to have any chance in this match. Deep. He's in between 6th and 7th arrow on that one. Just 10 in the pit flush. Great shot. Oh, I'm sorry. He's in between 5th and 6th arrow. My bad. It says he's throwing at 16.3 miles an hour. That might be right. Might not be right. Butch Schneider here. Firmly in the driver's seat. And 10 in the pit. Good shot. That was his 9th frame. Double going to 10 frame. Possible 236. Goede can only punch up for 217. So Benjamin's going to need a little bit of help from Butch here in the 10th. An open frame. Needs to stay clean, and it's a 4 out. And that will be it, folks. Right there's your champion. I believe, what, 2-time champion?
Yes. Yes, Butch is a 2-time champion out of the Brunswick Super Tours in Minnesota.
I believe he won in Little Falls 1 year. Did he?
He did. Yes, he beat Brady Stearns in Little Falls, and took home the first annual Travis Trutwin Memorial Tournament. If I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I thought he won before that.
It's like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
I'll have to ask him.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Butch is actually a 3-time champion. I believe when Granable Downtown was in existence, he was in a 1-0 tournament there.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing an old hammer blade for the win. Butch. How about Butch?
Thanks.
So 3-time champion. Oh, he probably sells the phase. Watch out, guys, might get a seizure from this one.
Ben Goede had an
colorful.
unbelievable tournament today. For the first couple games, he was just meandering his way through the pattern. He didn't look as though he had the kind of look that was going to be needed to get him in, and then he allowed the lanes to come to him. He softened his release up on the bottom of the swing, and his scores the back 4 games of qualifying today really show his ability to know what a pattern is doing, what it's going to do, and how to adjust yourself to overtake it.
Yeah, I'd say he had his highest games, 225, 185, 229, 246. And here he is for his 2nd place
There
finish.
should be nothing against Ben Goede. Congratulations to Butch Schneider and his victory, 225 to 196. These are 2 class act individuals, and we couldn't be happier to have them be part of the Brunswick Super Tour of Central Minnesota. Once again, I got to say thanks to Bernicks for hosting the event. Henry, I know that the people who watch our videos on YouTube really appreciate the fact that you videotape and upload everything, and from myself and everybody, we just want to express our gratitude for your willingness to do this as well.
It's also good to see Ben Goede back out here, that's for sure. And that'll be it, guys. We'll see you in Albany, February 14th. Check in at 9 o'clock, start 9:30 a.m. See you there.